What type of PPE are you wearing? Like, so you're going on your shift because you see various levels. Are you wearing the full bodysuit with just your face, and then you're covering it with the N95 and goggle? Like, what are you wearing on a typical day?
So I wish I was wearing that, but that's not what
Yeah,
I'm wearing.
yeah.
So
Just a
what I'm
scarf.
wearing,
Just a scarf over your head,
yeah,
on
a
your mouth.
bandana, a red
Yeah,
bandana.
yeah, a red, and a cowboy hat, a red bandana and
But,
cowboy hat.
no, so where I'm wearing is I do get an N95, but it has to be reused. And once again, I think we were talking about this earlier before we would
Yeah,
use a new N95. So an N95, a face shield. Like we're good with face shields, like a surgical cap or a bouffant to cover my hair, and a plastic. It's called an isolation gown, but for people that haven't seen it, what I would describe it as is it's like a cooking apron, right?
like
It's
like
not
what a butcher maybe would wear. They
correct.
have that kind of,
Exactly.
yeah.
Hmm.
Okay, so you're reusing the N95. How do you reuse an N95 mask?
So the idea is, so what we are given, this is at hospitals across the country, a paper bag. So you take it off and you put it in the paper bag, and then you carry the paper bag with you. And the idea being, whenever you need it, you put it back on. And it stems from the theory, once again, I don't know the data 100% behind it, uh, that if it's in a breathable sort of environment, I guess, or like because plastic would there would be no it would be kind of closed in. So the idea is that it would that the virus can't last as long because it's in a porous environment.
Okay.
So we carry that bag around. We carry every time we step out of a room. We take a shield. We wipe the shield with a solvent or like a wipe, and then we put it in a bag as well. And we carry those bags around to every consult and stuff like that. So that's what's going on. Ideally, I'd like to wear what you see in the news, where what they're using in like Korea and China, and the East, where they wear the full bunny suit or the Tyvek suits with the goggles and stuff like that. So, but in saying that, that's what's provided to us. What I actually do is I have my own goggles, and I have for a demo for you guys. I have one of these. I use what's called a half mask respirator or an elastomeric mask.
Okay.
And the idea is that this filter, I don't use this particular one, otherwise I wouldn't be holding it. It'd be contaminated. This is one I bought that ended up being counterfeit, so I figured it'd be good for demo. But yeah.
I see a lot of those being sold right now. eBay, Amazon, and a lot of them are coming out of, ironically enough, China and places like that. So
yeah, so you got to be careful if anybody's interested in buying stuff like that. This one I got is definitely counterfeit. The reason I know is another brother who had a legitimate one. He sent it to me because he asked if I wanted it, and I said yes. They came around the same time, and I compared them. And this one, when you put a mask like this on, you do a negative pressure and a positive pressure test, and it fails both of them miserably. So you can't, in any good conscience, even trust the filters that come with it. But his mask was great, and alhamdulillah, I used that. So I feel a little bit more protected, not having to reuse a week old N95.
Yeah, they accidentally sold me a 3N mask. I didn't look. It was it's 3N. It's 3N. N. So you take that so you have your own respirator then that you take.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay. So you don't even use the one that they gave you, the N95.
Well, so the thing is, the respirator is a bit cumbersome. So if we're going to be very specific, so if I'm at bedside doing a procedure, I'll wear the respirator. If I'm just going in to evaluate somebody quickly, I wear the N95 that we're provided, because the actual filters themselves have a certain lifespan. They're very hard to order now, so I can't just use it for 12 full 12-hour shift and not expect to decrease the life of the actual filters themselves. So we have to ration even the use of our filters.
Do I feel that the New York police are providing enough protection, or do I have to have protection of my own? I look for protection from Allah.